Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you work, someone else's success makes you feel like you're falling behind? Now, if no one has ever said this to you before, I'll be the first to say it. You're not alone. Many people, including myself, feel this way or have felt this way at some point. And so today we're discussing the mental trap sabotaging your success. Now, if your goal is to declutter your life, start a side project, pursue a more meaningful career, or anything else that you're currently passionate about and committed to, then you know that it takes a certain mindset and belief to push through the hiccups and the hurdles you may face and still accomplish your goal. But too many of us get tangled up in the same problem. And this is why I'm telling you, you're not alone if you feel this way. Many of us start highly motivated, but that motivation quickly dwindles when we see someone else succeeding before we do. How are they getting so much done? How are they growing so quickly? How are they ahead of me? I feel like I'm falling behind. It's almost as if their success somehow guarantees my failure. This is known as zero-sum thinking, and it is the most ridiculous mental trap ever. And I'm saying that from experience. So what is zero-sum thinking? Let's answer that question in case you've never heard of this concept before. Zero-sum thinking perceives situations as zero-sum games, where one person's gain would be another's loss. So in other words, if someone else is winning, I'm losing. This is a mental trap that I've gotten myself stuck in many times throughout my life, and I'd be lying to you if I said it was less than a handful. I remember getting stuck in this mental trap when it comes to growing my YouTube channel, building my business. Even when I think back to my days as a collegiate track and field athlete, I remember moments throughout my entire life where I let comparison and this mental trap strip me of my confidence. Yet every time I found myself in this mental space, engaging in zero-sum thinking, I was also reminded of a simple yet profound lesson. God's blessings aren't limited. Our perspective is. Now, it took me a few times for this lesson to stick, and that's because I'm human, and I believe that it's okay to be human, which also means that I recognize that I have a track record of being hard-headed at times, right? However, when this lesson did eventually stick, it stuck, and it resonated deeply with me. Now, avoiding the toxic path of zero-sum thinking requires conquering the comparison game, which is easier said than done. Now, comparison can be the thief of joy. It really can be, but it doesn't have to be. And this means we have a choice. We can either continue traveling the path of zero-sum thinking, or we can choose to see others who are succeeding and winning and look at their success in a positive light and celebrate them. Applaud the things that they've been able to accomplish, and then look at their situation and say, okay, what lessons can I take from this? And what lessons can I learn and apply to my life to help me go out there and win, to help me succeed as well in the things that I'm doing? Now, like I said, it took a while for this lesson to stick, right? Again, I have a track record of being hard-headed sometimes because I'm human, but I eventually chose the latter. And to help me sustain this perspective, this new belief, I've had to make a mindset shift, and I had to shift away from scarcity thinking and into an abundance mindset. Now, let's leave these two mindsets side by side really quick. Scarcity thinking is the belief that there is never going to be enough. And this includes time, this includes money, right? Resources, this includes blessings, this includes opportunities, etc. There's never going to be enough to go around. On the other hand, an abundance mindset refers to the paradigm that there is always going to be enough for everyone. And this allows us to see opportunity and possibility instead of winning and losing. Remember, God's blessings aren't limited. Our perspective is. And this mindset shift was the missing piece that I needed to reframe my perspective, right? It's not about winning and losing. It's about opportunity and possibility. And here's how you can do the same. Number one, examine and rewrite your beliefs. Comparing yourself to others can lead to feelings of inadequacy and scarcity. So what we have to do is we have to recognize that life is not a competition. It doesn't matter how far behind you feel or how much further ahead your peers appear to be than you. Life is not a competition. So we have to stop trying to get a bigger piece of the pie and change our mindset, change our perspective, and recognize that the pie is much bigger than we think it is, right? Remember, God's blessings aren't limited. Our perspective is. So shifting from scarcity to abundance is essential, right? I want to stress that point here. It's essential. And it begins with awareness and recognizing that someone else's success does not diminish my potential. My success does not diminish your potential, and vice versa. So whenever you notice yourself engaging in scarcity related beliefs or zero sum thinking, I want you to take a step back, pause everything for a moment, and just ask yourself a simple question. Are my thoughts in this moment empowering me to win? Are my thoughts at this moment empowering me to win? And there are two potential outcomes to this question. Outcome number one is no. You answer this question by saying no. It's not empowering me to win. And if that's the case, you want to rewrite your beliefs. And the way that I did this is I did all of this through journaling. I've shared before how I wrote a ton of poetry throughout my life. And I still love and enjoy writing poetry today. But for me, writing has been a way for me to express how I feel, to write down my thoughts, the things I want to work on throughout the day, reflections, reviewing my life, reviewing my weeks. But it's also been an opportunity for me to rewrite my beliefs, literally rewriting the things that I believe, the mindsets that I've engaged in, the perspectives that I've carried for years that have been a lie. I've used journaling and poetry as a way to literally rewrite those beliefs. Now, the other outcome to this question is that you answer it by saying yes. And if that's the case, if the thoughts that you're engaging in are empowering you to win, then I want you to double down and go win. Double down on the things you're doing. Continue to take action. Double down on everything that you are currently believing is working for you, and go out there and win. Number two, embrace a growth mindset. A growth mindset means you believe intelligence and skills can be developed through dedication and hard work. So instead of seeing someone else's success and feeling threatened by that, salute them. See it as inspiration and proof that there is an abundance of opportunities for everyone. Ask yourself, what are they doing to help them succeed? What lessons can I learn? What can I apply to my life and my situation to help me go out there and win and succeed at the things I'm doing as well? And number three, surround yourself with positive influences. Community matters. The people you hang out with matters. You want to spend time with people who have an abundance mindset, who have a positive outlook on life. And this is because their mindset can be contagious and reinforce your perspective and vice versa. Here's a takeaway that I want you to walk away from this conversation with. Stop treating the world like it has to be a zero-sum game. If you're thinking you're losing because someone else is winning, then you're doing life completely the wrong way. You're doing life wrong. Instead, life is a game of abundance. God's blessings aren't limited. Our perspective is. We all can go win. We all can go out there and succeed. We all can grow on this journey we call life. But to do so, we must cultivate the right mindset by engaging in the 3 steps that I just talked about. Examine and rewrite your beliefs. Embrace a growth mindset. Surround yourself with positive influences. If you do that, you will effectively avoid the toxic path of zero-sum thinking, my friend. Now, here's the action step that I want you to take this week. If you're committed to this, let me know. But here's the action step that I want you to take this week. Distance yourself from people preoccupied with winning and losing, right? Again, zero-sum thinking. And instead, surround yourself with people who celebrate you just as often as you celebrate them. This might require having a tough conversation. It might require making a hard decision, confronting some things that you've avoided in your life throughout the years. It might require that as well. But if you're committed to this, if you're committed to this challenge, then this is my invitation to change. And I hope you accept it. Keep growing on your journey, my friend. Keep learning as well. And always remember to stay true to you. I'll see you next time. Peace.